Good morning, everyone. As always, place the cross on first, no matter what's going on in your life. If you live for Christ, live for Him. It starts with baby steps, and then it becomes natural, just like doing anything else. The more you seek God, the more He comes into you. You understand? The more you feel like it's natural to seek for Him. You're gonna look for Him everywhere. You're gonna look for opportunity to talk about Him. But if you don't do it, how do you expect? God is not going to force His word on you. He's not going to force anything on you. It's got something you got to do willingly. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. You see, I was talking about Judas yesterday and how he let the devil in over and over again, and until it was the point of no return. That's the one reason why you put your cross on first. You seek God, you think about Him, you commune with Him, you pray to Him. You don't want to give that Satan any opportunity to come into your heart. And the thing is, we all fall short sometimes, but that's why the more you do it, the easier it becomes. But anyway, I'm going to read from John chapter 12. This is another telling of the same story. Then Jesus 6 days before the Passover came to Bethany, where Lazarus was, which had been dead, whom He raised from the dead. There they made Him a supper, and Martha served. But Lazarus was one of them that sat at the table with Him. Then took Mary a pound of ointment of spikenard, very costly, and anointed the feet of Jesus. Now the other lady poured it on His head. Now and wiped His feet with her hair, and the house was filled with the odor of the ointment. Then said one of His disciples, Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, which should betray Him? Why was not this ointment sold for 300 pence and given to the poor? This He said, not that He had cared for the poor, but because He was a thief, and had the bag, and bare what was put therein. Then Jesus said, let her alone. Against this day of my burying hath she kept this. For the poor always you have with you, but me you have not always. So that's why He was upset. Not because He wanted some money out of it. He wanted to make profit about everything. That's what Judas' goal is about, carrying along with Jesus. And you know what? That's a lot of goals of a lot of people this day and age. They ain't really about the Father's business. They're about what they can get from Him. Think about it, a thief. He got with Jesus, he didn't have to worry about nothing no more. And then they put him over the money. Now, you remember the Bible says, God does not tempt. Don't say when you tempt, you tempted by God. God doesn't tempt anyone. Men are tempted when they're drawn away by their own lust and enticed. So you got to think about it. The thief wanting to hold the money. Why the thief wanting to hold the money? Think about it. That's what he was about. He was a thief. And the thing is, here with Jesus, he probably could have saved himself and converted and did all these things and gave his life wholehearted to Jesus, but he didn't. That thief spirit was still in him. That chasing after the dollar bill was still in him. You understand? You see, think about it. Jesus didn't force Judas to change. Judas was with him saying, and after that, Jesus did some marvelous works right after that. And then you even heard the Father talk to Jesus right after this, right after that story right there. And a big crowd heard it. And Judas heard it too. But Judas still betrayed him. That's why he said, my sheep know my voice. That's why he said, everybody say, Lord, Lord, won't inherit the kingdom of God. You understand? The thing is, people, in all reality, he said, many are called, few are chosen. Just think that many called thing. Everybody's called to Jesus. That don't mean nothing. But to be chosen, you got to accept what you are. You got to accept Christ as the King. You have to accept His Father. It ain't just to be called. You got to accept what you are in Christ. as you can see, Judas probably still wanted to hang on to some of his old evil ways, the thievery ways, the manipulation. You know, most thieves, my mom used to tell me a saying back in the day, if they lie, they'll steal. They steal, they'll kill. Well, think about Judas. He lied. Yeah, like he didn't know who was the one that gonna betray Jesus. You know what I'm saying? He sold him out. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it, people. It's a scary story. It's a story that nobody really like to talk about. Because everybody likes to believe that God is going to save everyone. He wants to save everyone. He sent Jesus to save everyone. Jesus broke it down very specific. I didn't come to judge you. That's the Father's job. But I'm going to say what the Father says. That's the same way with all Christians. I didn't come to judge you. I came to spread the gospel. You understand? That's what my job is, to tell you what the gospel says. You understand? And if the gospel hits you in a certain way when I spread it, you might want to give your life over to God and get him to fix you. He said later on, he's like, a lot of people didn't come, that they'll be converted. A lot of people won't come to Jesus because they like their evil ways. As you can see, Judas liked his evil ways. He liked how he was. Most people that do evil don't realize it's evil. They don't. Or they embrace that side of them. I did a video last week about the great separation, the great divide. People are waking up. And some people are waking up to the dark side. And some people are waking up to the light. And they're choosing their path. You see, he said they didn't come to the light because they love darkness more than they love light. So think in regards to Judas. He loved darkness more than he loved the light. He was with Jesus. With him. You understand? A lot of people even say, well, Peter denied Christ 3 times. Well, let's put it this way. Christ, God, the Holy Spirit knows the hearts of man. And like I said before, we all fall short. But Peter stepped back up and continued the mission. Judas was at the point of no return. That's the difference. And God knows your heart. I can't say who's going to make it to heaven or who's going to go to hell. You know, I see this all the time. People love, like, take a funeral, for example. I don't know, I'm just talking about this right now. Take a funeral. Now, if a preacher or a pastor can get up there and say, your loved one's in heaven, waiting for you. Well, he also need to get up there and say, who's in hell too? Because I guarantee you, everybody they say going to heaven ain't going to make it there. Don't you see that one-sidedness that you see in the churches and you see in people? They'll tell you that because it's comforting. It's not comforting to know that your loved one might be in hell. That's why Jesus said, comfort people with these words. Basically, if they live a life worthily, if they accept the Christ in their life, and will be where he is. That's not up to me to figure out. Because everybody has their private time with the Lord. You understand? But that private time got to extend outward. Are you hearing what I said? That private time you spend with the Lord got to be shown outward. Don't hide it. Like he was talking about later on in that verse. A lot of people believed on Jesus, but they were afraid. They didn't want to get kicked out of the church because they love the praise of men more than they like to praise God. They wanted people. They were people pleasers. They believed Jesus when he was there. But then when they go back to doing what they was doing, they went back to rejecting him. That's a dangerous game, people. Don't y'all know that's dangerous? To praise God in secret and not do it in the open so the world can know what you are. You understand? He says it's better if you have to not know me, to know me and turn from the truth. He says it's better to not have. So in God's eyes, an atheist is better than a believer that turned to a non-believer. In God's eyes, because they don't know no better. So it's better. Think for Judas' sake. He knew him constantly. You know, the Lord God probably had a different type of anger toward Judas. But he knew what Judas was going to do. He was put there. He knew what Judas was going to do. He know what everybody's going to do. You understand? But don't fall short like Judas. You understand? And there's a lot of y'all are Judases. Just being real. A lot of y'all are. Nobody don't want to say it. And that's why I said if I was a pastor, I could not get up there and say who's going to heaven. The Bible even tells us this. We can't say who's going to go up high or who's going to go down low. That's not our job description. So when these pastors get up there and blaspheme by saying where people's loved ones are, that's putting them in a position like they are God. And they are not. They're just man. Well, I know he's going to be up there with you. I heard preachers, my grandmother and grandfather are going to be there. And now I don't know who's going to be there. I believe my mom lived a life pleasing to the Lord. I believe my dad did too. But I still don't know where they're going to go. I don't know. I only know where I'm going to go. I just have hope and faith that one day when the Lord returns, I'll be living right for him. I'll be found spotless and worthy enough to make it to the kingdom. It's a faith you have. It's not like you know for a fact. It's a faith a hope that you have. You understand? But don't be like Judas. Please. For profit or for whatever. Well, what's the real reason? I'm going to ask you a question and I'm going to end this for today. Why do you really love God? Is it because of the things he gives you? Do you love him wholeheartedly? Or do you love him partially? You understand? Jesus told the people in the fish, he's like, oh, you came because of the fish. Oh, the fish. You wanted the free fish, huh? That's all you wanted? When he was breaking it down to them what it was all about, they was like, I can't eat his flesh. What are you talking about? But they were spiritually discerned. They didn't know how it worked. They just wanted the free things. That's why the prosperity gospel falls short so much, because people are like, what can I get from God? I'm all about getting something. I remember TDJ said, God owes me. Golly, I can't believe these people can let things come out their mouth. God doesn't owe you anything. He's a father. He just give us things, but he don't owe us nothing. We owe him something, our souls and our devotion and our worship, but he doesn't owe us anything. You can't demand anything from God. That's why the Lord's Prayer is so powerful to me. It's not really asking for nothing. You see, the more you start accepting God's will in your life, your asking will change. Look at Judas, mad because somebody put ointment on Jesus' feet. And he thinking about money. We could have sold that. Like most hustlers, always thinking about the dollar sign. They'll help you just so they can get from you and take from you. Not knowing they had the light of the world right next to him, sat next to him, ate with him, broke bread with him. My own familiar friend who broke bread with me has betrayed me. You know that psalm was significant of Christ's betrayal. My own familiar friend. We went in the house of the Lord together. Wow. Think about that, people. They went in the house of the Lord together. And a lot of us gonna go in the house of the Lord with some people. We're gonna break bread with people that are gonna be so much against us. And I know people like Houston, you scaring people. I'm not scaring people. The Bible tells you this. Beware wolves in sheep clothing. But he say, be harmless as doves. He said, don't reward evil for evil, but wise as serpents. Be wise, understanding what the perfect will of God is. But don't get to the point where you're like God demands something of you. You know, this, for real though, That's like somebody got a bottle of cologne, and it's their cologne, and they give it to somebody. And I see this all the time. I work in the movie industry. You know what I'm saying? And we movers. And sometimes people give us stuff for free. And some people that I work with, they get this free stuff and they give it to somebody who needs it. But you got some, it's always a dollar sign on it. They got it for free, but I'm finna sell this for a profit. You know, I'm just saying, people. And the thing I didn't notice about people who are always chasing after the dollar bill, they always have less. Even though they may have more monetary value, like they always have less. I always see them the struggling ones. I always see them the begging ones. I make more money than I do in a week because they hustle, got that hustler's ambition. But they're broke before I'm broke. I try to figure out, I'm like, why is that? Why does this happen? Because people are chasing after that dollar bill. Give somebody something. Man, if you give from your heart, I hate yard sales. I know most people are like, well, they got to make money off of it. Well, you know what's going to happen? If they don't sell that stuff at the yard sale, they're going to put it back in their house the next year. And it's going to collect more dust. Why everything has to be a profit? Why can't people just give stuff away? And I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm just saying, it's not in me to sell everything. Give stuff away. Clothes you don't even want to wear no more. Give it away. You know how fast you can clean house like that? You won't have to be sitting in the yard all day if you like give away. People that come and get that stuff. And God is really going to appreciate it. Stop trying to make a dollar off of everything. You understand? Stop seeking money for everything. I don't care what it is. I was on Facebook the other day and somebody was giving away a PlayStation 2 and he's just giving it away. Wow, that's amazing. And somebody got it. That's amazing, people. Y'all got to pay attention. I'm telling you, a lot of y'all seeking after Christ for the wrong thing. He said, if you, the greatest among you is going to be counted least. He's going to be the servant of many. Like if you get more money, right? You give more, right? So the more you get greater in this earth, far as, let's say your wealth increases. To whom much is given, much is required. A lot of people don't understand these concepts. Get. Don't give. Give to me. He said we're supposed to serve other people. We're supposed to have people, we're supposed to be washing the whole congregation feet. We're supposed to be serving the congregation plates as the pastor. You ever notice how Jesus always let them eat first? Hey, I got some fish over here. Eat. Here you go. Eat. You'll notice this about most real men. They'll cook. Or real people. They'll cook and they'll be like, eat, honey. What about you? Don't worry about me. Eat. But you got some people, they want to eat first. They cook and want to eat first. A lot of y'all gonna be last. And might not even make it because of your mentality. It's so easy to fall into the snare of the devil. You know, God will deck you out with silver and gold, make you look all fancy and stuff. But don't want you to be high-minded. He don't want you to depend on how you look. And that's what I see a lot of times in this world today. A lot of Christians are all about how they look. That's ridiculous. You understand? They are judgmental. The behavior get worse and worse. But let me pause, people, and I will continue.